give it an helping hand.
See which way it was going, like it had an aim.
Well, they do. No, they do though, don't they? They're always going somewhere.
Yeah.
He was going to the dentist.
You can't tell. You don't know which end its head's on.
Do you check that it's got teeth first? Because there's some crunchy food or there's some soft food.
Like I said, it doesn't concern me, but I listen to it because it's on the radio.
Okay, so it's 8:05. Suzanne's gone out. You've rubbed the back of her head. She's took the rubbish out. You're there. Pants, t-shirt.
No socks.
No socks yet. What happens to the bowls of ex cornflakes? Where do they go? Have you got?
I wash up.
You wash up. That's the next thing you do, is it? Right. Okay.
Now then, do you plan ahead for the day? Do you think to yourself, Carl, make a list of stuff to do, or do you just let it go?
I let it happen. I don't like the worst thing for me is planning.
Yeah,
I told you before.
Yeah.
You don't get anything done by planning, is what you say.
I don't like the idea of waking up going, I've got to do that today, because that's when you don't look forward to doing the thing.
Yep.
Whereas I get up, I'm washing up, I'll look at a wall and I'll go, those tiles aren't very good, I'm going to rip them off. So,
Jesus Christ. This is amazing. This is amazing. I mean, forget Idiot Abroad. Forget the Ricky Gervais show. Let's just have 24/7 Carl Cam. Just think how that would. He gets up. Suzanne leaves. We get him to, he looks at a wall.
He starts tearing the tile off. It looks like the behaviour of a psychopath, doesn't it?
Oh, so.
Are there handles on the inside of your house?
This is what worries me, though. The fact that you're always doing DIY suggests that you didn't do a good job in the first place.
No,
Steve, am I wrong?
I never ever do the same thing twice. Once it's done, it's done. I do it right. I take my time. I get it done right.
So this is other people's workmanship that you're undoing
Definitely.
and doing properly. Okay, right.
Now the radio's in the bedroom, so you can't listen to the radio when you're doing your work.
I normally drag it through.
You drag it through. How big is it?
No, it's just a little clock radio thing.
So it's plugged in.
Plug it in,
Okay.
Then,
well, hang on a minute. Let's go back, because presumably you've dismantled the tiles. You've got to pop down and get all your supplies, haven't you, from B&Q or somewhere?
well, I went to home base. Might have a walk there if the weather's nice.
Yeah.
25-minute walk. That's all right.
25 minutes, a bit of a jaunt though, because you've got to carry all the stuff back, haven't you?
Depends what I'm buying. If I'm just buying a tub of adhesive, I can handle that. It's if you're getting heavier stuff.
What do you do in that case?
Drive.
Okay, get the motor.
Yeah. But
Now,
I don't
are
like
you-
shifting that because you lose your parking
Now,
space.
do you put
Doesn't
on...
like moving the car because he loses his parking space, so don't use the car for fear of losing the parking space.
Yeah.
Not if I can help it.
Now, question. When you go to Homebase or B&Q or some sort of tile shop or a lumber yard, do you affect a more working class accent like I've heard Steve talking to his carpenters?
I always do that, yeah.
I know the layout. I've been in there plenty of times. I might have a bit of a browse whilst I'm there. I like looking at different tools.
So if it wasn't for meeting up with me and Steve and Suzanne being home between, I don't know, 6 o'clock at night and 8 the next morning, you wouldn't talk to anyone, would you?
Do you have any friends that you might talk to?
Yeah, I talk to some people on the phone. But then I soon get bored with that.
Right.
About 5 minutes in, I realise I'm not listening anymore.
Who's the last person? You have to name names, but just give a generic name. Who's the last?
What's the point of that?
Old school mate, or is it someone you've met more recently? Showbiz
Someone
pal?
more recently.
Right.
And, it's fine at the beginning. It's like, oh yeah, that's good.
So what were you talking about that you got bored about?
I can't remember because I got bored with it. And I'm normally... You see, the thing is, these days, people haven't got your proper attention, have they? Because it's a mobile, so you can carry on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I was ripping old raw plugs out of the wall.
Jesus.
And he was talking, and I kind of thought, I hope he doesn't say, what do you think of that in a minute, because I wasn't listening.
Right.
So what's the point of having the conversation?
I don't know.
But hold on, I call you up. It's presumably the first phone call you get. It's the first phone call I make. I call you up, and I go, what's going on, boy? Right?
Yeah, but most of the time I don't tell you, because you'll go, right, what you doing DIY? Pay someone to do it. And we have to have all that every day, the same chat. If I'm not doing DIY, I wouldn't be doing anything. And then I get grumpy. Suzanne comes home, she goes, what have you done today? And I go, nothing. And I get fed up then, because I don't feel like I'm worth anything.
I work harder for your career than you do. I'm always doing stuff to try and get you to do stuff. I'm always trying to get you shows and things, and I'm always trying to get you to get out there and do something towards it.
I don't want to do it. I've done it now.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah.
We did the programme, it goes out on the telly. Job done. If people want to watch it, they watch it. There's no point me cropping up on Loose Women, asking people to tune into my programme. They either want to watch it or they don't. If they're watching Loose Women, I don't want them watching my programme. There's a lot of crap on the telly, and that's why, in a way, people go, oh, it's amazing, isn't it, that you're on the telly? No, not really, because there's loads of garbage on there. Anyone can get on it.
Well, that's
It's
true,
not
then.
special anymore.
That's
It used to be
true.
special in the 80s when there was like 3 channels, 4 channels. Now it's a doddle.
But that's why you should make special TV. I like the fact that in anything you do, 90% in any framework, in any genre you work in, is crap. That's why it's nice to be in that 10%. That's why it's nice to do something that's special. You know, the great thing about Idiot Abroad is people haven't seen anything like it before. I'm so proud of it. It's great. So the fact that you're in a genre when that something is the 90% crap, that makes you look better. You should relish that.
No, because I don't think people who are watching Loose Women like it. They want some sort of flumph telly, don't they? That's that they don't have to think about.
Yeah, do you mean the programme The Flumps?
He didn't say flump, he said flump.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now are you spelling flump? It's F-L-U-M-F. PH flump. PH flump.
PF.
PF. Oh,
PF?
Flump. Okay.
Flump telly.
Yeah, Flump.
Flump telly. So take it this way. So
And what would be an example of Flump telly?
what's flump telly?
No, I don't want to go slagging stuff off, but
No.
I'm just saying I watch
Who
less
would
and less
feature
telly
in
now.
Flump telly? Who would be a typical
Who's
person?
typical? Is it all for those awful docu-soaps when people live their life like an open wound, saying, look, me fanny fell off. And
I haven't seen that. But yeah, all that sort of stuff. I do, honestly, the amount of telly I watch now compared to a few years ago, it's non-existent. Suzanne comes home at night, I might watch a Grand Designs to get some tips off it. Other than that,
So that's work. You count that as work, don't you?
Research at
well,
least.
at least you learn something.
Does Suzanne like Grand Designs?
She likes to see the end result, to see what it looks like, but she gets bored at the beginning when it's just a load of bricks.
Right.
She's got enough of that at home.
So,
Yeah.
so, and then we'll just sit and have a game of crib. Or
You'd have been happy in the Blitz, wouldn't you? You'd have been happy down in one of those subway stations.
Oh, Suzanne, what? Chimney's gone. Oh no, what was that? Doodlebug. I better go up there. Oh, leave it. Well, it's fine. That's bloody heavy-handed. Them Germans. They're bloody heavy-handed.
Well, let's go back a bit here. So you've gone down B&Q, you've got your supplies, you've done a bit of tiling. Good job, please job. You're halfway through. Spot a lunch around 3ish.
yeah.
What do you do? Do you pop out for lunch in a car?
Depends. Sometimes Suzanne, as I pat her on the head, she sometimes says, "There's some ham in the fridge." I'll go, right.
I love it. Like there's a little choreograph. If I better pat on the head. I don't know what's gonna eat today. Carl thinks like Pavlovian conditioning.
Yeah.
Last time I patted on her head, she told me about some food in the fridge. Bye, love. Take the rubbish out. I'm in the fridge. Cheers. Brilliant. Yeah. Okay.
So I'll eat that.
Now, just so the radio's on the whole time. Is there? Because I want to picture this. You're not working in silence. Radio's on the whole time. That little squeaky radio that's sort of halfway in the doorway of the bedroom and the lounge or whatever. You've got the radio. And what station you listen to? You listen to music? You listen
Sometimes I
to speech?
listen to sort of speech stuff.
Right.
Sometimes I listen to music.
What would be speech? Like a kind of one of those phone-in programs, or
Phone-ins do me head in a bit.
Right.
I like, reports on stuff.
right?
Yeah.
Little
Radio
things.
5 maybe.
Yeah, 5 Live. That's
Yeah.
all right.
So you like to be informed as you go.
Yeah, just so it gives me something to talk about. Because if you're not with anyone all day, your brain's not doing anything, is it? Whereas me listening to them, it's like having someone in the room telling you stuff without you having to chat back. I prefer
Perfect.
that. I'm a bigger listener than I'm a talker.
Yeah.
Whereas
Perfect.
these days, a lot of people are talking, but they're not listening.
Perfect.
So,
Although you're not listening to actual humans like your friends when they call you up.
they're just mithering.
And do you make sure that you get everything done and dusted before Suzanne comes home, so she comes home to a spotless place?
Yeah.
And so she comes in, do you instantly show her the work you've done, or do you just let her notice it for herself?
Sometimes I just leave it and see how long it takes for her to go. Oh, we've done that.
Okay.
And if she doesn't notice it, are you annoyed or are you excited to tell her?
Sometimes I forget.
He does it again the next day.
That timing's a bit shoddy. I should do that. Wow, sometimes you forget. And so it's not the equivalent of when a lady hairdo? Is it sort of the equivalent for you? She hasn't noticed. You don't get frustrated.
Now, you do notice her new hairdos, don't you? Because you say you don't like them. So what does she say about your tiling?
No, most of the stuff I do, she goes, that's good. But sometimes she'll go, why don't we just get someone in to do it?
What, before or after?
Well, it depends what it is. If it's something that's big and has been bothering her, but it's not bothering me, I'm saying I'll sort it out.
Well, what's an example of something that's big that bothers her and not you?
I had some wires hanging out the wall that I needed to patch up the plaster.
Now, these wires, were they exposed wires, for example, that you could have touched them and got an electric shock off?
Yeah.
Well, that is a big thing, isn't it? That
Yeah,
is...
but we haven't got kids running about the house. Who's coming in messing with wires on the walls? Just don't touch it. I know they're there. You know they're there.
Right.
We don't need to put up a sign. We don't need to cone it off. We know they're hanging out. I'll sort it.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
She's going to get someone in. Well, no, I won't get someone in. Because, see, the thing is, she got someone in once when the oven blew up. Right? I said, leave it, I'll sort it, I'll look at it. No, you don't know what you're doing. Get someone in. No, let me have a look. No, get someone in. She calls someone up. They come round. The old £80 call-out charge business, straight away. They pull it out. They go, it's the fuse and the plug. Now, I could have sorted that out, but she didn't give me a chance. So now it's good now, because I've got that on the old back burner. So every time she says, let's call someone out, I'll go, oven. There's a little reminder. So I'm glad in a way that she did. But so now she just leaves it. She doesn't interfere.
No, Carl, I've got terrible pains. Oven.
Have you sorted that problem?
Not yet.
No, so the wire's still hanging out of the wall.
Yeah. But I know what to do. It's just that I want to do the other jobs first.
Yeah, but she's concerned about that one, and it's also very dangerous.
It's not that dangerous.
Steve. Oven.
I mean, you said if I speak to anyone in the day, I normally speak to my mum and dad at some point every day.
Really?
Do you? Every
Give
day
them a
you
call.
speak to your mum and dad?
Yeah.
Could you take us through a typical conversation with your dad? He calls up.
What does he say?
He said, I've just been out, got your mum some medicine.
Well, every time he calls, he's
No,
been
I'm
out
just
and
telling
getting...
you the last call.
Oh, I see, sorry. Right.
What's the weather like?
What's up with your mum?
Oh, she's got a cough. It's cold, isn't it? Winter, cold.
Yeah. Expectorant? Did you get... Was it a tickly cough or a chesty cough?
I think it's chesty.
Because
Because I've got like a coal fire. And it's, when I go there, I'm always coughing and that. It's like smoking 20 a day, having one of them in the house. So she's always coughing. So, yeah, been
And
out.
she smokes 20 a day.
Been out. Got some Benylin.
Does she smoke, your mum?
No, she used to.
Yeah.
Jacked it in when I was born.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good.
It had already done the damage.
Yeah, she smoked more through the pregnancy. She looked at it and went, oh, I'm not smoking again.
Yeah, or drinking.
Look at that fucking head.
So yeah, he said, oh, the weather's bad. Is it bad there? I went, yeah. So I've just been out, got some medicine. What are you doing? I said, I'm ripping tiles off the wall. He said, oh, that's good. So your mum wants me to do the tiling in the kitchen. So why don't you do it? I said, oh, it's too much of a big job. So just do a wall at a time. He said, yeah, I might do.
Right.
He said,
I'll tell you what, I'm getting fucking bored.
He said he might just sort of plaster over the tiles and sort of, paint over that. I said, well, it's not that good though, is it? Because if you drill into it and you smash a tile in, the plaster that's on the tiles can crack and go right across. So it's easy just to take them off. So it doesn't take that long to take them off. Just do the job properly.
You're going soon.
I'm actually going the weekend, Rick.
So anyway, he just said, I might do that. But he's got nothing else to do. So that's why I was saying...
Doing them again.
Oh, that's good.
Just...
Sorry, go on.
And then my mum might get on. And
Okay.
What's she got to say?
Look forward to this.
she just tells me a bit of it. She, like, what was it the other day? She said, oh, have you seen them tablets that are food?
She's just so like you. She's just like you. Oh God, what is she, a fucking astronaut? Have you seen them tablets? What are food? Oh,
Go on, what are the
God.
tablets that are like food?
No, that's what it is. It's like the Spaceman food. They've come out and we're just chatting about them. She's saying, oh...
What do you mean they've come out? Really?
Yeah, because we live in a busy world and everything. And people haven't got time to have a proper lunch.
Are you
and
sure
eat.
this isn't like one of those innovation things that when you can buy oxygen in a canister?
Well, didn't you buy one of those ones, Rick?
Yeah.
What would you need oxygen
Well,
in a
because I was
canister
having a
for?
race with my mate, and I thought, I'll just have a bit of that on the way round. It didn't work.
How far were you running?
I don't know, it was a race over a mile. And I thought,
So you were laden down with an
unfair
oxygen.
advantage here. While he was out training, I was just buying something from the innovations catalogue. Yeah.
So you were running and you had a little. You pulled it out and you went, "What curses?"
I took it beforehand. I thought, well, of course it. Well, one, it didn't work, and
But
two,
what's it supposed to do? To just
well,
kind
I
of.
thought it would oxygenate my blood more, so I could. I mean, it was it was flawed. It was a flawed argument. It was a flawed
How
argument.
much did you pay for
I'll
it?
be honest. I don't know. £5 or something.
So what, you had a life in which you had enough time, knowing that there was a race coming up, to order something from the Innovations catalogue.
Yeah.
What was this race? Why was
We had a little challenge.
was this a common thing? You had often had
I
challenges?
think I was on the dole at the time. I think I was about 25. And
I mean, if you're on the dole and you've barely got any cash, you're buying air. Oh jeez.
yeah. I look back now. It was a folly.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's what Ricky, how he occupies his free days, Carl.
Come on. 20 odd years ago. I don't. Now I actually work out. Now. Oh, I'd like to race him now. Ooh. Ooh.
How is Usain Bolt?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's gone a long way. So your mum calls up. What does she say? She said there's a new pill out that's a meal. Yeah.
Chat about that for a bit, and then she always says watch the road at the end of the call.
Really?
Yeah, she always said that. Watch the road.
She doesn't mean the film The Road with Viggo Mortensen.
No, she's just paranoid that I'm going to get run over.
Right.
So every time, I've never been run over.
No. Well, that's because she always tells you to watch the road.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the case.
And do you watch the road?
Yeah, I think I do.
She means just stare out the window and watch the road.
Yeah.
She's fascinated by it.
Yeah, exactly. Watch the road. There's cars going
There's
past.
moving things. There's big bits of metal with wheels.
So, you did walk into a field of nettles once, though. Let's not forget that.
So you have a call, parents.
Yeah.
And does she always try to find a piece of new information she thinks might interest you?
That's
each day?
sweet, though. That's
Yeah,
sweet that he talks
absolutely.
to his parents every day. I remember when I went off to university, my brother-in-law dropped me off. My mum came up with me, and she was leaving, and she was sort of crying, and I was making up. I was pretending to be really sort of sad and winding them up, right? And then I thought, I better call her up. She said, call me, right? So I think I waited till the following Sunday. It's been about a week, right? And I called her up, and I couldn't just call her up. I suppose I had to be ironic because I was probably embarrassed about calling my mum. Like I wanted to speak to her too. So I just called her up, and she went, "Hello." I went, "Mum." She went, "Yeah." I went, "It's Ricky." She went, "What's the matter?" I said, "I think I'm blind." She went, "What?" I went, "No, how's it going?" She went, "You silly bleeder, I nearly had a heart attack."
That's great.
So if you want to spice up calls to your mum, pretend you've had a terrible accident and that you're blind.
I like it when I phone my gran, and the only other people that ever phone my gran is me, my sister, or my parents. No one else ever calls. And every time she picks up, she goes, "Hello." Like it could be a monster that's going to come through the phone line, but also it's like she's never. Like each time she hears it ring, it surprises her. Like there's a noise in the house, and she wanders around and she finds an object that's ringing, and she doesn't know what it is, and she sort of hits buttons until, "Hello."
Well, she's tried 3 already.
But what annoys me is I'll say, "Hello, Gran," and she'll go, "Who's that?" Oh, come on. You must recognise me by now. I'm the only person who calls except about 3 other people.
I'm not the girl.
Yeah, exactly. And my granddad, she's had this for years. It's not just as she gets up. She'll go through all of the family's name until she gets to
my
me.
lot used to do that. My lot used to do that.
So she knows
yeah.
it's me, but she'll go, "Hello, Ron, Elaine, Alex, Steve."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it's the same with each member of the whichever one of us she's talking to.
Always last.
It's always last.
Yeah. Oh dear. So you've spoken to your mum and dad. You've changed the tiles. You've had lunch. The telly's not on.
Suzanne comes in. You've made her dinner.
No.
Right.
What happens there? Now, what happens there?
What time does she get in?
You've done all this by about 4 or 5, have you?
Well, I'm tidying up. I normally keep my eye on the clock. I'd like to give myself like 40 odd minutes to clean up.
Right.
Kitchen's all clean, ready for us to make the tea.
Ready for her to make the tea, even though I know you've been tiling, but that was a job you gave yourself. You didn't have to do it.
No, but I don't do cooking. She knows that. This isn't even a discussion.
Right.
She knows. Like today, I've got to get some thin chips, so I'll do that.
You mean fries?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's frozen in the bag or whatever.
Yeah. I've got to get some of them.
And what are you having? What are you having tonight?
Scampi.
So that's shop bought scampi. Just what do you do? Just
I don't know, she
deep
just
fry
brings it. I don't know. I think it's just chuck it in the oven.
yeah.
So she'll do all that. I'll eat it.
And sorry, let me just rewind for a second.
I'll eat it. He's listing it in his day's work. I'll eat it. I say I've eaten that. She goes.